Hi guys, and welcome back. We are live here at the Hot Seat with Priscilla here at Social Media Shows, live in real time, coming to you from the beautiful city of Las Vegas. Every week we come here and we interview some of the best that are here in Las Vegas for you to meet and get to know. I love meeting a new person and learning about their journey and introducing them to all the people that are watching all around the world, and especially all of our Vegas locals. So shout out to you guys. So before the break, I did promise you that we are going to have an amazing guest here today, and I'm so excited. I was really hoping that he was going to say yes and come and be interviewed on my show. So everyone, please meet Kurt Joseph from the show at the Excalibur, Thunder from Down Under.
Hey.
Hi, thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, no problem at all.
Take a seat. So welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Of course.
Yeah.
So now we talked a little bit before, and this is obviously not your first time in a studio or being interviewed.
No.
So amazing. I love to hear that, so I don't have to break the ice to be the one to do that. So you come actually all the way from Australia. You're born there, native to Australia.
Yeah. So we've got like 22 cast members in the show, and that's part of the hiring process. You have to be Australian for the show, and it's really awesome because I think the best part about it is, when they're looking for a new guy to join the show, they ask us first if we've got any friends or anything that would maybe fit the role. So I've actually got in over the years, I think about 9 of my friends. So it's like even a guy I went to high school with. So we've got backstage, Excalibur, Las Vegas, every single night. Me and a bunch of friends from home living the dream.
Yeah, all the way from Australia to not even just the U.S., but to Las Vegas, which to get people to move to Las Vegas, as you've met locals, is pretty hard because people are like, what do you do in Vegas if you're not a performer, etc. So prior to doing this, like, you know, you are from Gold Coast,
correct? Yeah,
correct, and you were in radio.
Yeah.
And DJing, and were you a host on there as well?
Yes, I was a club DJ first, and then I got the opportunity to join a radio station and be a radio DJ as well, which was great for like self-promotion for myself doing the DJing. And it led me to this job through our owner, who also runs like big festivals in Australia. DJs get booked, and I was getting booked at these festivals, and he approached me one day and asked if I had a friend that wanted to join, which I got in the show. And then I got a couple more in before I was like, you know what, I think I want to move to America. Have you got a spot for me there? Which he did. So
that's amazing.
I was on a plane like 2 weeks later. It was
wow,
like it happened.
So you're like, I'm ready.
Yeah, I was just talking to one of the new guys yesterday about it, how fast the process happens. Like you have an interview, and then it's just like, when can you get on a plane? How quickly can you wrap your life up in Australia and move to the other side of the world?
Yeah. And that's amazing. And you seem to love it. You've been with Thunder from Down Under for some time now.
8 years. I'm not just like saying it. It's the best job in the world. It really is. Like, you work for an hour and a half a night. Yeah, like with me today, I'm just free. I can come do stuff like this, go to the gym, play with my dogs, do whatever I want.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. And you're like, and then when you do go to work, you know all the guys. Like, I'm pretty sure you guys really get to know each other and spend a lot of time together. Yeah,
we're like family. Like, actually, like we're literally like just a bunch of brothers that we bicker and stuff sometimes backstage. Got makeup later that night, and we're cool the next day. And yeah, it's amazing.
So before you moved over here and even thought about this being a possibility, have you had any dance experience or performing experience? Zero?
I mean, performance DJing, like I did some pretty big clubs and festivals, which I think the biggest festival was like 10,000 people. So I was comfortable in front of a room full of people, but dancing, no. Nothing. Wow. So none of us are actually trained dancers. Everybody's from different backgrounds, mainly like tradesmen, a couple salesmen, personal trainers, DJ, and they teach you the show. They give you like a boot camp, and it's about 8 weeks.
Wow.
And you go from never dancing to being on Vegas stage.
Yeah, which is amazing considering a lot of the other male revue shows that are pretty popular and well known here in Vegas, a lot of them are trained dancers or they've been doing something like it for a while. So it's really impressive that you can know that none of these guys really came here with experience except from the boot camp, and you guys are that great.
And I think that's what sets us apart from the different show, like the other shows. And don't get me wrong, I know Magic Mike guys, Chippendales, fantastic dancers, great dudes, but they do majority have dance background, and people can kind of tell they come to the show, they know we're not trained dancers, but I think it's like we're just like the boy next door kind of vibe, and we're just there to have a good time, and I think that the audience always knows we're having a good time, because we always get that at the end of the show. They're like, you guys look like you're just having so much fun. Like, we are.
Yeah. It makes it more relatable.
Yeah.
Than seeing someone that you know is like, okay, this is very highly choreographed. This is so choreographed to the point where like everything's pre-planned, including who they bring up on stage.
Yeah.
Right?
And we definitely are not like that. Like, there's times where the choreography is ruined on stage because we're trying to find someone and someone says no, like, trying to get somebody, and someone eventually comes up and it's a little bit late. But we laugh, and you know, as I said, the crowd sees that and they know that it's randomly picked. It's very obvious that a lot of the people on stage are like, oh my god, they're like deer in headlights, just completely shocked.
Yeah. You're doing obviously a great job because you are also the MC of the show.
Yeah,
right.
And I love it. It's just so fun getting to, like you just said, meet new people. But for example, 3 nights ago on the weekend, we had a lady come in, and I talked to her after the show. We meet all our guests after the show. We get photos and do a photo op and everything. And she said, I'm not going to go. And she started crying. And I was like, oh my God, what's wrong? Oh my God, what do we do? And she's like, no, you'd have no idea. We had the worst day. I'm not going to go into details of what happened to us. However, we were going to cancel our tickets tonight. That's how bad our day was. And you just turned our entire week around. We're happy. We're smiling. We're laughing. And like, that makes you feel pretty good.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure you guys mostly rely on audience feedback, especially during the show, interaction, in order to change your energy. Because I'm pretty sure you guys feel it too when you're up there and everyone's sitting there like either nervous.
It's kind of funny. I've got the ability to. I've been emceeing for 8 years now, and I do have the ability to a quiet room at the very start, and everyone's just quiet, clapping, very withheld, and they don't know what to expect. I can have them on their feet, cheering at the end of the show, like, without a doubt. Which
is why you're so prominent for being known in Thunder from Down Under. If you guys look up the show, his face is going to be on there. Okay, that's why I was so excited. He's sitting here. I was like, oh my God, when he said yes, I was like, oh, stop. Because I think
You're making me blush.
I've seen the show when I first moved here. It's about 4 years now, and I think I met you there briefly, but obviously I was an audience member, and I'm not doing what I did then. But I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. I was like, oh my God, like I remember. I feel like I still have that photo. Like afterwards, people take a photo with the guys on the stage.
And that's another thing. Like I said, there's little things that just set us apart, and we love meeting everybody. It's not like a chore where we're finish a show and it's like, hurry up, let's just get this over and done with. Like, it's for the majority of the guys, it's one of the best parts of the show because you meet a lot of people and you make a lot of contacts. And you know, we were in Canada. Did a meet and greet afterwards, and these ladies were like, you know, come to our restaurant. We have a restaurant. We kind of like, oh, okay, we'll pop by. And we head to this restaurant, and they've shut the entire restaurant down for us and given us all this food, all these drinks and stuff, and it was like, wow.
Celebrity status.
Yeah.
So that's another big part of Thunder Down Under too, is because you guys get to travel and perform while you do travel.
Yeah.
What's your favorite place that you've been to or you performed in?
Well, I mean, there's so many. Like in America, you go from like the little, because like you got towns in the States where the population of the town is literally 1,500 people, but there's 3,000 at the show. So they've traveled from all over, and they're such awesome shows because in Vegas, as fun as our show is, and it's great every night, there's a lot of people that they get the tickets that day. Like, what do we do tonight? Oh, let's go to Thunder from Down Under. And they grab tickets. Where in these small towns, tickets are on sale 8 months in advance, and that's like the weekend that they've planned with their girls for so long. And the energy levels it's insane. It's like a concert. But then you get to go all over the world. We just got back from touring the Netherlands, Holland, which was super fun. Completely different type of crowd. They're so used to like plays. And go into things like that, so they're very reserved, and you have to really get them out of their comfort zone to get them up and cheering and having a good time, and they always do. Wow, went to Hong Kong. Hong Kong was great. Guam was really fun. Mexico is always a good time. Down to Mexico City, performing down there. We go back to Australia every year to do a tour of home to show everyone back home what we're doing.
Yeah,
that's
probably
always good to go get mum's cooking.
Right, exactly. Nothing like going.
I usually come back not so much of a 6-pack after our Australian tour, but
but that's pretty amazing because I think that probably helps from a performer standpoint, meeting people not only from different areas in the country but around the world and see how to deal with different personalities. Right, how to work in the moment, especially because you guys are very, You're getting up close and personal with people. You know, you have to have that confidence, at least on the stage in that moment, in order to, okay, this is what we're dealing with today. And it also could be a cultural thing. So you guys have to kind of get to know, like, okay, would this be too inappropriate to do here? Sure. You know, especially I'm thinking of Asian countries when you say Hong Kong.
Hong Kong was interesting, yeah. And it was like, it was kind of when we did like Thailand, it's very, because like I said, you've got Netherlands where people go to shows, you know, and our show is, anybody is welcome to come to our show, of course, but it is predominantly women. And then when we went to Hong Kong, there was like 70% men, and it was just because it's a show to watch. It wasn't like a sexual thing or anything like that. It was just, and it was really interesting that coming up after meeting us and like, that was awesome. Like, here's my wife. And
You're like, so she dragged me here, but now I'm glad I came.
Well, that's always the case. It's funny because I always refer to a story back to my uncle. Was he was in the Air Force back home, and he moved over to America and married an American woman. So I'm lucky I've actually got some family in California from back home. And he came to the show when I first joined. He wasn't really too happy about it, and he's kind of sitting up at the back of the bar just drinking quietly, and I noticed him throughout the show. By the end of the show, he's with the rest of the family, he's clapping, he's like loving it, having the best time ever, and it happens. It happens every time. Like, and then we actually had a bachelor party come as a joke, like they tricked the guy, and they were like, that was better than going to a female show. That was awesome. Like, we had so much fun. And then they were at a bar afterwards with 500 women from the show, so that was pretty
there you go. You know, because that's always a fun
It worked out
like,
pretty good,
It's kind of like the best of both worlds, you know? But I'm sure you probably motivate a lot of guys, too. I'm sure they see your physiques on stage, and they're like, oh, man, how can I be like you? Right?
We get asked all the time, and it's like, it does help doing the show. You know, there is a lot of cardio involved, so you're it's easy to stay in shape. But it also keeps you on your toes, because you got 12 other guys up on stage with you. You don't want to be the one that's kind of standing out like, oh, he's not really that in great shape. So everyone kind of pushes each other to stay in a good physique.
So what is your personal workout regimen? What kind of works for you? I know everyone's different.
Yeah, I do. I always skip each day. So I do like a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, Tuesday. I never have really set days. But, you know, just a group. Chest, buys, one day. Back and tries, neck day, stuff like that. And just, I think diet's a big thing. Because we had our yearly photo shoot for the year a few weeks ago, and I dialed in my diet so good, and I was looking fantastic. And then I had a couple of weeks of treating myself, and you really do notice the difference just in 2 weeks off my diet plan. Diet, abs are made in the kitchen. It's like a saying,
that is really true. Yeah, that doesn't mean to skip out on exercise, but, you know.
But you got to treat yourself as well. You got to have some McDonald's now and then.
Don't be too hard. Obsessing is never that good for you. So you've been in Las Vegas for some time. What's the best thing about Las Vegas for you and living here and working here?
When I first started, I have to say it was like, because I came from a DJ background, and you've got the biggest DJs in the world here weekly. Like, I have friends coming over quite often, and they're like freaking out because like over a 3-day period there's more DJs than you'll see in an entire year in Australia. So the nightlife scene, you know, that was a big one for me. And then as I've kind of got older and matured a bit more, I like getting out to the outdoors more, hikes. Vegas is a really good hub to fly out of because like there's so many flights that come in here. It's very easy to shoot off to. We've got a couple of days off to go to Denver and check out Denver or something, or even drive to Arizona, and then obviously California, go to the beach.
Everything's very accessible.
So that's what I like about it, and I'm not saying it because I'm here, but I like it. I truly think this is like one of the best countries in the world because it's just, you've got everything. You've got the islands of Hawaii where you can have like an island life, or you can do like beach in Miami, but then you can also do like really cool stuff. We've been up to like ranches in Montana and done horse stuff up there and snowboarding and Vail, stuff like that. It's crazy. And then also Canada's like super close.
Exactly. And every state has a different culture, a different vibe. So
you go there, you feel like you're in a different world sometimes. Like some of the shows we've done are just like the people have never left the state or the town ever. Like it's pretty insane.
Yeah, that's what they say with Vegas is like when people move here, a lot of people, you either like it or you don't. It's either work for you or not, and they'll spit you out immediately. Yeah. But then when you're in Vegas, you learn that you settle just like all the other people in other states. And
a lot of my friends from home, they're like, what do you just party every night? I'm like, no, it's like a normal city. Right. It's like there's the Strip, and then everything else is 100% normal.
Yeah, no one thinks Las Vegas is past the Strip. They think that's literally Las Vegas.
Yeah, and it's awesome. I mean, we live out on the mountain's edge, and like you just go on trails each day and take dogs for walks, and like I put photos on Instagram, and people are like, where are you? I'm like, I'm in Vegas. Yeah. Then there's Mount Charleston snowboarding. So I've done snowboarding in the morning one day, and then pool party that afternoon. It's insane.
You could do everything.
It's insane
at any time. You can do. Yeah, like that's what I love about the city. So. Now, from Down Under, do you plan on staying there for some time, or do you have something in the foreseeable future ahead?
I mean, I would like to. Like I said, I love my job. Thankfully for me, being the MC, it's got quite longevity in the role. So I'm 36 at the moment. I'd love to be there another 10 years. We've got guys in there that are still dancing, flipping on stage that are nearly 50. Yeah. And they don't look 50. Like when people find out their age, they're like, we thought you were maybe 40. And they're like late 40s. So, keeping fit and healthy, I think does help with that. Yeah. So I'd hope to do that. I mean, one day it'd be kind of cool to get into maybe a little bit of TV. Mario Lopez vibes, hosting some shows. Yeah. Yeah,
host a show,
Yeah. So that would, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I mean, it goes along with everything you're doing, so you'd be a natural at it. It's just kind of going from a big live audience to a studio, sometimes with audience, sometimes with not, but, going around that route. But Vegas, I feel, is opening up to so many new things, so there's going to be tons of opportunities.
Yeah, sure is. Yeah, it's expanding pretty crazy. Yeah. Like, it's, even from when I moved here first, like, where I live now, when I first moved here, there was nothing. It was desert, and now there's full communities.
Yeah, and 8 years isn't that long for that to happen. Yeah,
it's not.
And it's great that the show is still there at the hotel that's still there, which is great. But it's also a hotel that has a lot of history, which is good. And I hope that it stays. I know there's a lot of locals that are pros, cons with a lot of things happening on the Strip that are interchanging.
Yeah, we just got the key to the city actually not that long ago for having the longest running mail review on the Strip. So yeah, it was awesome. 21 years, 22 years now. Sorry, that would be
That's absolutely amazing. Yeah. Do you have any plans to continue the DJing here or anything with music?
Maybe. I mean, I've got my DJ equipment at home, and I'd sometimes, on a night off, I'll just crack a beer and play some music and reminisce. I've got all my posters in my room, like of my glory days of DJing. Maybe. We'll see.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah. I'm in the place to do it.
Exactly. Like the world of opportunity. You're bringing light to a lot of things that are happening in Las Vegas that are new and up and coming, but you guys are really still here. You're still relevant. And so I know we touched a little bit on it, but there's a lot of competition with live shows in general, whether it be acrobats, singers, musicians, live bands, and male revue. If people were coming to Vegas and they're like, okay, there's a list of shows that I can go to with the girls' night out or whatever, why Thunder from Down Under? I know you guys are relatable, you guys are different, but,
I think it's definitely like the fun factor, because we're not like, when people think Thunder from Down Under, they've never been. Everyone kind of just like your strippers. It's like a strip club vibe where it's like sleazy, greased up, grinded, and it's really not. It's fully choreographed. It's 75 minutes of like a full Vegas production, and it's just like I can't really say more other than it's just like so much fun. I just love seeing everyone smiling and happy. Like no one ever leaves that show in a bad mood. Like everybody's happy. And it's also something different because it's like we don't take ourselves too seriously. Like there's like lots of comedy in the show. It's not just like guys trying to be seducing women all night. Is there
a part of the show that's your favorite?
Yeah, kind of. I can't give too much away.
I know, if you can like a little.
The finale's pretty good.
Okay. You can't really give much because you guys have to come see it, but I'm sure
it's a little bit of a surprise that happens at the end. That's kind of my favorite part. So you have to come and check it out.
Does the show change? I know a lot of shows like they kind of revamp, they re-choreograph certain parts.
Yeah, we kind of do it. We stagger it. So like there'll be a routine. We usually have 4 routines of like a theme. We've got like one guy, Alex. He looks like Tarzan, Jason Momoa. Like he does like a warrior routine, and like it just suits him to a T because he just looks so rugged. Then you've got like this clean cut army sergeant. The next, then we've got like a Sin City tribute. It's like the old gangster kind of mobster vibe one, and then like a classic SWAT. So we changed them up. Like we used to do other things. We had like a 300 routine. We've done so many firemen, stuff like that, lifeguards, and yeah, it does change each every couple of years. We kind of just take one out, put another one in, and try to keep it a bit fresh and relevant as well.
Yes, and probably what's the biggest misconception about being a male revue dancer? I know people are always, talking about it. They have their presumptions, and then the people in your personal life, like your family. Is there anything that you really have to say, to prove to them that this is completely different from what public might see?
Not so much prove. When people I think people obviously think the cliche male stripper is a very, in better terms, like a douchebag. Like you're a little bit of a up yourself, arrogant kind of guy. And from my experience with knowing guys from other male reviews and obviously us, it's not like that at all. Like everybody I know is super, super friendly and family guys. All of us are, we love our family, and I'm a big mama's boy. Mum's always over here. Yeah. She all my whole family's been to the show.
I was gonna say, they come to the show.
Yeah.
And like they
And I think they were like super proud when I got the job because the first thing that they knew about it, because I had friends in it, was that they were traveling the world doing it. So they knew I was going to get traveling the world, paid for life experiences and stuff in a safe environment. Yeah. With a company that look after us.
Exactly, and then you can kind of probably find a lot more about yourself as you grew.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I never used to eat sushi. I didn't have anything spicy. I wasn't a coffee drinker. I'm all of them now.
We're home of all you can eat and always up and at 'em. Yeah. So you need that caffeine and tons of food options. Yeah. So that's probably the best thing. Now, with you talk about just touch base. I've never been to Australia. It's pretty far, but I would love to go. If there's someone asking you like, oh my God, like tell me about your hometown. Like everyone's heard of Gold Coast, Queensland, but it's beachy, obviously.
It's think Miami. Like you've got the skyscrapers right on the beach that are like 80 floors high, right up onto the beach. Party, great weather, amazing coffee. That's one thing I miss is the coffee back home is just best in the world. And yeah, it's just a super relaxed environment. Like I think Americans get a shock when they walk into the supermarket there and you've got a guy with their board shorts on, no shoes, no shirt, bag ready to get it. Like that's just normal. Yeah. It's
a very relaxed vibe.
So just think surfers.
I would say like very OC, Orange County, like, California, and that's probably.
And everyone looks like me.
Which it won't be a bad thing to go there. Like Kurt is your type, which it probably is.
It's quite funny when we do when we go home because it's not when we do our shows. Then I'm not kidding. Like most guys are in shape there. It's just kind of the lifestyle, and that's how it is where I'm from. So we're not as popular, I think, there because we look the same as everyone else.
They're just like, oh, come on. Like, I could do the people are like, I could do this. Like,
I'm not kidding when people say we meet women after the show and they're like, oh my God, like, where'd they find you? I'm like, it's pretty easy to find someone like me. I'm just normal.
But you have to go all the way, like 23 hours, like Australia to go get me.
It's a bit of a rough fight.
That's
but it's quite funny. What one question we get is like, are you really from Australia? Like every night, and it's like, yeah. And they're like, oh, we don't believe you. I'm like, how do you think my accent is? It's pretty good, right?
Right.
How long do you think it would take to learn it, like to perfect it? About 6 months? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, well, it's like a 16-hour flight to get here, so
exactly.
I think it's easier just to fly us over than
because
put everyone through rigorous accent training.
To keep it consistent this long, and I feel like your accent's a lot harder to learn. A lot of people try to mix it in with like probably a British accent and English 100%, accent, and so it's completely not the same. Like as an actor, I'm like the Australian accents are really hard, along with like New Zealand, deciphering the different ones and not offending that natives of the country.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So are you also a model at the same time? I know you guys do photo shoots a lot every year.
Not like there's a couple of guys that do modeling on the side. It's not something that I've ever really been interested in. We do our own photo shoots for the show to get content for social media, all the billboards you see around Vegas and buses and taxis. It's crazy seeing yourself on all of them, but yeah, no model, just normal guy.
And ready to be a television host.
Yeah, hope so. Watch out, Mario Lopez, I'm coming for your job.
Exactly, you can. I mean, hey, everything's possible in Vegas now. It's supposed to be Hollywood 2.0, so it's going to be absolutely amazing. So I ask this question for all of my guests, and it always kind of sums up who they are as a person. Is there a philosophy that you live by?
It's kind of cliche, but it's like live every day to the fullest. Like you never know what's going to happen. I've had such good friends that are fit and healthy like me, being unfortunately in accidents and stuff and not make it. And you're not invincible. So definitely just treat every day like it's your last. And if you get an opportunity that you think is going to be fun, take it, because I did, and now I'm living the dream. Yeah,
and could you picture yourself like not being in the United States? Like, what would you be doing back home? Still probably DJing. And
it's funny you're asking. There's a couple of questions me and the new guy were talking about yesterday, and I said I'd probably be in a nightclub, which is still kind of fun, but you're not traveling the world. It's like this is a once in a lifetime opportunity to have a job like this.
Yeah, it really is. I know a lot of cirque performers. I learned that recently, that they literally go scout for them in their home country and they just ask them, and they're like,
that's exactly how we do it too.
Yeah, and that you're probably at one point you're like, is this real?
That's what's good about Instagram, because that's like first and foremost is obviously your looks. You have to be in shape. You have to be in a good physique. But then second is always personality. If your personality doesn't fit, you're with 20 other guys that do have that good personality, you'll get pushed out pretty quick. So we've narrowed it down. I think we've got a good recipe on how to get the right person for the job.
Yeah. And so are you guys always looking? I know they always ask you.
Yeah, like we're always looking. I know that I can't give too much away, but the show is definitely expanding. We might be going to a different state soon, as well as Vegas. And then we've also got the touring team. We've got 7 guys that just tour the world constantly, in and out of Vegas.
Oh, that's pretty awesome. I'm waiting for the day you guys also have a TV show, like a lot of other. Okay, well,
stay tuned.
I'm just like,
you never know.
You never know. Dun dun. Well, I got you before that. So I'm glad to have you here. Like, it's been absolutely amazing.
Cool.
Chit-chatting.
No worries.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. Now, I'm going to have her cut this out. Actually, guys, I know this interview is a lot long, so I apologize to you, but our production team is having a little...
I can talk all day.
I was about to say, like, I hope you don't mind.
I'm comfortable.
That you're sitting here and chit-chatting forever. Like, I'm elongating this interview. But it's great, because I'm getting to know you personally. It's always good to make friends. You're good with meeting people. So, absolutely amazing. Let's dig into Las Vegas life. Like, what's one fun thing, apart from partying and clubbing and nature, that you can say that you could do this hot summer? It's going to be super hot. It's already hot. It's like 95 degrees. It's hot as Kurt sitting here, okay? So, like...
What to do?
Let's do one fun new thing in Vegas that if they're going to come see Thunder from Down Under, which you should. But also, they're like, what else can I do in Vegas besides see the amazing Kurt MC on stage?
If it's hot, I like going to the -5 bar.
Oh.
Go grab a drink because it's freezing in there, and you just get away.
I haven't been there.
Yeah, it's good fun.
Oh, okay.
We went in there one day and then somehow ended up doing a photo shoot nearly naked.
Oh, okay.
So it was really cold.
Yeah. So if you have shakes from being nervous, you're also added from the temperature.
But no, it's just a cool city. The best thing for me actually living here is because it's such a tourist hub, and a lot of Australians want to come to Vegas. They save up, they come over for the DJs, the parties, the festivals. So I actually don't have too long a period of not seeing like my friends from home. Like someone's always here. Like I would say every maybe even 3 weeks I've got someone that I know or grew up with that's over here and catching up. And my house is pretty big, so I've got rooms for my friends to stay at. I've always let everybody know that they're more than welcome to come over.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's pretty. Like, you live the life because obviously you travel here and there, but you're also here. You can welcome people. Like
maybe get a few show tickets for free for something. So.
Hey, when you make friends in Vegas, like you.
And that's a cool thing about our job, you know. It's a lot of trading. Like, hey, if we come to your show, you can come to ours, and yeah. So I've got to see that. Basically, nearly every show in Vegas I've been to see. So it's good, and it's always good to go watch other shows and get a perspective on how they're performing, and you can kind of pick up tips and tricks from watching other people, and to make yourself better. Because every show in Vegas is outstanding, and some of the performers are just out of this world.
Wild.
It's insane how talented people are.
Yeah. Which one is your favorite?
I like Rouge. It's at the Strat, and it's like a cabaret / circus. It's really good. Like the comedy, the two hosts are actually Australian, so
it's relatable.
Which I didn't know. And they're from the Gold Coast too. Yeah, so I didn't actually know that until after I met them. But they are like just so good. And then you've also got these acrobats from over in Europe that they just do things that I've been to the show like 4 times, and I still sit there just going, "Oh my god, this is incredible." Yeah.
Amazing. It's the same thing. Like I know you go to a lot of shows like with Surf, which is why I asked if you guys change it up, because you know if you have regulars, they come and then they go, which is kind of like always there's something new, something you can't expect.
Yeah.
Right.
And we do have regulars, which is actually really cool. We've got like fans of the show that they love it. They come every time they come to Vegas. We've got some that have been like over 100 times. They know our personal lives. They follow us on Instagram. They turn up with my favorite M&Ms, things like that, all the little treats that they give us presents. It's really fun. It's nice like to have fans like that. Yeah. And it's also weird that I've got I've got fans. It's really strange.
Isn't
for
it
me.
mind-blowing? You're gonna have more after this. I'm pretty sure.
It's bizarre, like because my mum came over and we're walking the strip and there was literally like the billboard with me on it, and she was like, "Oh, am I freaking out?" And then. It really doesn't happen, like it really doesn't, and just some people just have me walk past and like, "Are you coming from London down?" I'm like, "Yeah, can we get a photo?" Yeah. As they walk away, Mum's like, "Does this happen all the time?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah, because you're one of the faces of Thunder from Down Under. You do a very big following on Instagram, which I'm sure kind of helps promote the show, and then also yourself as an individual. You actually get opportunities to go to events and red carpets and things like that.
And that's always fun. Red carpet events are always good. Again, get to meet people and now and then have a drink with some pretty big celebrities. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. And now you can have a drink together. And but absolutely amazing. So before we go, please tell them how they can get tickets to your show. Where's the best one? You guys do 12 shows a week, which is crazy.
Yep. So we've got 1 show Monday, we've got Tuesday off, Wednesday 1 show, 2 on Thursday, 3 Friday and Saturday, 2 on Sunday. www.thunderfromdownunder.com. And it takes you directly to the links to get both tour shows around the world and Las Vegas. And definitely hit us up on Instagram at Thunder Vegas. There's photos of all the other guys on there wearing not much.
So everyone
have a little perusal of who's there. But yeah, Thunder Vegas is all of our handles. So definitely, if you've got some free time, check us out.
Amazing.
And send us a message.
The best thing about you is that you're humble, you're relatable, you have sort of like this great, like you said, like kind of boy next door, like you're a regular guy. You can sit here, have a great conversation, and it's not intimidating. I'm sure a lot of women are just like, oh my god, that was bad. Oh my god, he's not going.
Well, we do photos at the end of the show, and people come up and they sit on us, and sometimes they're shaking. And they're like, "Oh, I'm like, it's fine. It's fine. Trust me, it's fine. Honestly, it's fine. We're no one. It's good.
One more fun question. I don't know if you can say much, but what's the craziest thing you've experienced at a show where you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know how to deal with this situation when it comes to like maybe an audience member or something funny that happened on stage that was like no.
To me personally, nothing's happened. Like my first show out on tour was in Windsor, Canada, which is at Caesars there. It's like 5,000 people. It's the biggest show we do. And the first guy came back. It was my first ever tour show, and he's just dripping with blood. I'm like, what happened? You fall over? He's like, no, just some woman scratched me. I'm like, oh, excuse me? Like, what? This happens? He's like, yeah, that's right. And then, wardrobe malfunctions are always pretty funny. as I said, nothing's happened to me, but I've got to laugh at my mates a few times.
Yeah, you gotta learn how to, the show must go on. So you're like, oh my gosh, no. Don't post that on social media. But anyways, thank you so much for coming. It's been absolutely amazing having you.
Awesome.
It's great to connect with you and for you to connect with the audience. So everyone, please go see Thunder from Down Under, the longest review show here on the Strip. Great people, great personality, obviously a great show. I've seen it, so I'm not just bluffing. I'm not just, you know, trying to stroke his ego, but he is amazing. Obviously, got the looks, the personality, the charm, the charisma, so, and the talent, clearly.
Jeez, you're too kind. You're too kind.
Yeah, and if you have a hosting opportunity, obviously, Kurt, he can do it. I mean, he's sitting here, he's just going with it, and he's probably the most relaxed guest I've had on this show as for a first time on the hot seat. So absolutely amazing. So thank you so much once again, Kurt Joseph, everyone. When we come back, we have another realm of Las Vegas we are going to delve into, so don't go anywhere. Refill your drinks.